I'm gonna be here.
Rick Ralph.
Good morning, everyone. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the
flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, the prayer today is back to school prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, please put a hand of protection on this year's school. And all the children, teachers, and staff. Watch over them, protect them, love them. We thank you, God, for all you do. Amen.
Amen.
We are going to change the agenda up a little bit.
You have 2 minutes.
We have 2 minutes. Jerry, can you do your number one item in 2 minutes?
Sure. On August 16th, for the Department on Aging, I approved hiring Natalie Dinalo, the position of full-time transportation driver, to be effective August 26, 2024, at the rate of $16.84 per hour with a 1-year probationary period. Further, I approved hiring Amber Sizemore to the position of full-time transportation driver, to be effective September 3rd, 2024, at the rate of $16.84 per hour with a 1-year probationary period. Both those offers of employment will continue upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions.
Thank you, Jerry. Now, what item is the, item 4?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to move down to item 4. The engineer's office is requesting the board acknowledge receipt of the Geauga County's report, Geauga County Engineer's Report in accordance with ORC 553.06 regarding the proposal vacation of the public right-of-way upon portion of Tulip Lane, TR-0307, Chambers Township, Geauga County.
Do you mind if I see that?
Sure, go right ahead. Yeah.
How
you doing?
Hi,
good.
Okay, we got
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Thanks
Thanks for coming in. These are always fun. Yeah.
The report's been submitted. I'd like to summarize.
Hold on 1 second. So we got to call the hearing in.
Yep, go ahead and let's do a motion on your acknowledgement.
Okay, I'll make a motion to enter into hearing at 9:45. Yeah.
Second.
Can I have an acknowledgement on the receipt of
Okay.
the report?
Yes, I'll make that motion.
Hold on. Go ahead, James.
Second.
Commissioner Lund?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Okay, so then I have us opening the public hearing at 9:45.
Okay, I'll make a motion to open the hearing at 9:45 a.m.
Second.
Do we have a motion to waive the reading of the legal notice?
Okay, do you need us to vote on the open hearing? Yes. Aye.
No,
No?
just not to open
Okay.
hearing, just to waive the
Okay.
to
Okay.
read the legal notice.
All right, I'll make the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Lund?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
All right.
And then now you swear.
Okay.
Is there anyone present, whoever wants to speak at this hearing, have to be sworn in? So,
Just raise your hand.
raise your hand.
Okay.
Jerry's our notary, and he'll be swearing you in.
So,
Raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you will give is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Could you please identify yourself and
Yeah,
give us
Joe.
your address?
Sure, Joe Oberly, 8197 Tulip Lane.
And Steve, you represent the engineer's office.
Okay. All right, should do the description now.
Okay, the engineer has studied the proposal for the vacation of Tulip Lane. Tulip Lane was an existing road that was extended, and prior to its extension, it had a turnaround on it. And once it was extended, there was a new turnaround added, so the existing turnaround was proposed to be vacated. And the engineer's opinion of that is the proposed area to be vacated is no longer needed for use as a turnaround, having no impacts on the traveling public, community, the environment, or overall transportation network. The Office of the Geauga County Engineer believes the vacation requested is justified and is for the public convenience and necessity.
Thank you. Okay, Laura, would you want to explain the process?
Sure. Now that the public hearing has been opened, the board has to make a determination that it's in the public convenience and necessity to whether or not to vacate the road. So, first of all, we need to identify the abutting property owners, and I believe, as the engineer's office indicated, they identified Jeffrey Mills, Joseph Oberly, Jeanette Oberly, Keith Lewis, Mary Lewis, and apparently Mary Mills as well. So if the board just makes a determination that it's in the public convenience and welfare, and they identify the abutting property owners, they have to determine to whom the vacated portion of the road will pass. And there's a common law rule of accretion that basically, when you're dealing with road vacations, that and it's not unusual when you have a road right of way that is being vacated, that the abutting property owners take to the center of the line of the road. But we have varying situations depending on the configuration of the road and whatever. So for purposes of these proceedings, it looks like for the most part that the Overleys would be benefited by the vacation of the road because looking at an aerial photo of the parcel at issue, that basically constitutes the frontage in their of their yard. And right now their parcel is 1.52 acres and the vacated portion is 0.36 acre, which would be a total of 1.88 acres, which would be pretty much consistent with or in the vicinity of the acreage of the property owners around them in the old subdivision. So if the board feels that obviously the vacated road should pass to Mr. and Mrs. Overly, they'll have to make a determination regarding that. And then also, when you're dealing with this kind of situation, we look at whether there's any whether there's any issues as far as damages or anything like that. And this is a situation where clearly, because Mr. and Mrs. Overly are going to be benefited by the vacation, they will acquire additional acreage, which would again be in line with their neighbors. And they had direct access to the Tulip Lane teardrop turnaround in the past, and this vacation would allow them to have direct access as well. And clearly, since there will be probably an increase in their acreage, it doesn't appear that there would be any kind of reduction in value of their property to them. So, let's see.
This was a result of the elimination of an existing cul-de-sac that was put in when the development first went in back in the 60s. And then that road was extended, so two other adjacent properties still have direct access to that roadway.
Correct.
Yeah.
And in this situation, it doesn't look like the vacation would cause any property owners to be landlocked, and as I indicated, or to lose the primary means of access to their property, because clearly everybody has direct access to Tulip Lane. Obviously this would, for the most part, would appear to be in the public interest to utilize this undeveloped property as well. And it doesn't appear to create any safety concerns, because again, each property owner would have direct access to the road. Anything else, you guys? Any other questions or issues?
No, any comments from you, Mr.
Just,
Overly?
just that I support the vacation, and
Okay.
if you have any questions about the property, or if you'd like to see photographs of the property,
Yeah.
when the cul-de-sac was being removed in 2019, or when we improved the property, when we put a driveway over the vacated area, I have those photos.
Okay, thank you very much for coming today, we appreciate it. This seems pretty straightforward to me.
And can I add one more
Yeah.
thing? If there are any public utilities under the property at issue, they would retain, if the board decides to vacate this portion, they would retain an easement to come in and obviously, maintain, repair, or whatever needs to be done, those utilities.
Still gaining access.
Correct. And I don't know if Mr. Oakley could speak to that issue. Are the utilities across the street?
Yeah, the main gas line runs on the north side of Tulip Lane. In the past, it went around the cul-de-sac, but when they extended the street, removed the cul-de-sac, they removed that gas line. So my service actually comes under the street, and that's the only gas service coming out of the property. And then the electric utility is coming into the same pole it came into in the past, so there's really no change.
No interruption. Okay, great, perfect.
So,
Great, okay. So can we make that motion today to vacate?
yes.
Yes.
All right. Do you have a formal,
Excuse me?
Is there any other questions?
None for
any
me.
other comments, anybody? No? Okay.
It's time to close. the
Okay, I'll
hearing.
make a motion to close the hearing at 9:53 a.m.
Second?
So we are out of the public hearing. This is what I had. Here's the.
So, here's this.
But there's markers in front of you, and
Yeah, that, we have a,
that is the language, take a look at that. Sorry.
Make the motion to
Not yet.
close that.
Yes, yeah. I'm having to work check my, we're good? Okay, so we have 3 actions then. The first is to, the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution 24-156 to order the vacation of a public road right-of-way upon a portion of Tulip Lane, TRO 307 in Bainbridge Township, Jog County, Ohio, pursuant to ORC 5553045.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Then I have, Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute the vacation plat for Tulip Lane, TRO 307 in Bainbridge Township.
Okay, so move.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Then the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute the quick claim deed that grants to Joseph C. Oberly and Jeanette Oberly the property described for the vacated Tulip Lane right-of-way, 0.3643 acres in Bainbridge Township.
Make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
any questions, Mr. Oberly?
No, that's, when is the plat recorded?
I'm sorry, what?
When will the new plat be recorded?
We're gonna be signing it today. I'll check with the engineer's office and I can give you a call.
Okay, I appreciate that.
What's your, if you can give me your phone number after the hearing, that would be great.
Great. And so that'll be recorded on new deed then, or added to the deed?
Yes.
Yeah, and then as far as for tax purposes, the additional acreage then will go on.
To Mr. Oberly.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Yep,
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep, I know it's a process, but, yeah.
Jerry's.
We passed the resolution.
Yep.
Quick claim deed and the plan.
All together, anything?
8:20 today, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
We keep these. This is ours. Run for the. Thanks, Laura.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
Okay,
Go back to number 2.
we're back in regular session. Item number 2, financial. Morning, Adrian.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, today's financials include an appropriations transfer to the sheriff for miscellaneous refunds, reimbursements, and web checks that were deposited into the general fund. Also a supplemental in the general fund commissioner's miscellaneous levy reimbursement account. Among the encumbrances are a few travels, one from the engineer's office to attend the County Engineers Association of Ohio 2024 Superintendents and Mechanics Conference and Trade Show. From probate court to attend the Ohio Association of Magistrates 2024 Fall Conference. From the treasurer's office to attend the County Treasurer Association of Ohio 2024 Fall Conference. Among the vouchers is $16,503.30 from ADP to Nova 4 for security awareness training, and $12,562.44 from the Commissioner's Office to NV5 for Phase 2 construction management services.
Make a motion to approve financials.
Second.
Commissioner Bryan?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
Treasurer's office, good morning.
Good morning. The Treasurer's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute the amendment to agreement with Kindred Spirits Investment Management LLC, doing business as Red Tree Investment Group, recognizing the increase in the amount of county funds being invested and a revised fee structure, which is, you have an attachment of addendum B, and further extend the term of the agreement through December 31st, 2028.
And just a little history, Red Tree, we've been out with what, for how long?
2019.
2019.
And they did not raise their prices since then, and we have increased the amount that we are investing with them.
Mhm.
And I think we discussed that
Yep.
at Investment Advisory
Mhm.
Committee. So today, this morning, our portfolio with them is 97 million, and they've not adjusted any fee schedule. So they'll be doing it incrementally over the next 3 years, a slight bit. But the good news is, and we'll discuss that at Investment Advisory as well, speaking with them last week, we have one of the strongest portfolios
Very good.
that they have. And had we stayed with meter, we would not be anywhere close to what we're doing with Red Tree. So they've been very good for us.
Good, and they've agreed to keep those fees the same.
They'll, well, they had, but now we're going up 3,000, it went from 26 to 29,000 this year, it'll be 32,000 a year next year, and then year 3, it will go up another 3,000, but that, what we're making in interest
Yeah,
more
covers
than
that.
covers it,
Yeah.
so, because the portfolio is very strong.
Okay. And do they base their fees off of performance, or how do they?
There's a percentage based on, there's a very small percentage that comes out based on the amount that we're doing it, and then, of course, Chris negotiates a flat fee for
Gotcha.
everything, because, just like we do for the bank. He's not into compensating balances at all, so this is sort of a compromise, but again, we're making so much more interest to
Okay.
cover, so
Okay.
we'll be
Okay.
a
very
great
good.
portfolio.
Thank you for the update. All right, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Commissioner Bryan?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Very good, thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Yep.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Got a few items on the agenda today. The first one is requesting to waive the 200-hour maximum for Vicki Zanella. She runs my adult daycare. We have a staffing ratio at that center. We have been short on employees, so she has continued to defer her vacation to continue that staffing ratio. We did just hire a new employee to start in her department a few weeks ago, so she's hoping she can take her vacation shortly.
Okay, so moved.
Second?
Commissioner Levesey?
Aye.
Commissioner Brand?
Yes.
The next item on the agenda is we were awarded $52,179 for Alzheimer's respite through the Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging, starting July 1st of this year through June 30th of 2025 for our adult day service program to provide that daycare service for the seniors.
Very good. So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Brand?
Yes.
Next on the item, it is time to go to bid for our nutrition program for our home delivered meals and our congregate meals that we serve out of all of our senior centers to provide nutrition for Geauga County seniors. We are requesting to advertise for bids for the elderly nutrition program, preparation and delivery of catered meals according to the federal guidelines for Geauga County residents age 60 and over. We are going to hold that on Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024, and open that at 2:00 p.m. We are looking to advertise those bids August 22nd and August 29th in the Maple Leaf and in the Cleveland Plain Dealer, and of course on the county website.
Okay, I'll make a motion, just a quick discussion. And
Yes.
historically, how was the bidding been on this on this project?
Sure, we typically receive 2 to 3 bids.
Okay, yeah, so I know there's the 2 that I remember, but is there more than that you typically get in there?
2 to 3 bids is what we typically receive for nutrition. I will say most of them are Cleveland vendors. Our current vendor is a Cleveland vendor. Our current meal needs for 2023, we're doing about 65,500 meals a year.
Wow.
So,
That's a lot.
you know, what they have through the vendors is there's a dietitian that is required to design the meals to make sure they meet 1/3 of an individual's daily requirements. We need to also offer therapeutic meals for low salt and diabetic meals. And they come par-baked. We do reheat in our convection ovens. We seal them and provide the home delivered meals and the eat-in meals.
Great, okay.
So it is nice to receive more than one vendor. And
Absolutely.
when we receive multiple vendors, we look through all their specifications, we call their references, and we always leave room in the bid specs to do an on-site visit if we want to look at their operations.
That's great, okay, perfect.
I'll second the motion.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Brand?
Yes.
All right, next is regarding our assistance with daily living bid. We need to reject all of the bids submitted for the assistance with daily living bid home care services, as we did not receive enough units to continue to provide the services that we are currently offering. We needed to receive 25,000 hours so that we could continue our current clients on services. What we received was less than that. So we are requesting to advertise, rebid for this program in the hopes that we receive additional vendors so that not only we can continue those who are receiving the service, but then continue on the service for the next 2 years. And we are looking to open those bids on October 9th at 2:00. And we will advertise those October 29th and September 5th in the paper and on the county website.
Excellent, okay, so moved.
Would that be for 9 and 10?
No, for, okay,
Yes, reject the bids that we
Yep.
had because we did not receive enough
Yep.
units and then to.
so for 9 and 10, I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Brand?
Yes.
All right. The next is to grant permission to do a request for proposal to lease space for our Middlefield Senior Center. We have been at our current Middlefield location since before I started with the Department on Aging in 2013, and we have been advised that we need to do a request for proposal. So we would like to hold that on October 9th, 2024 at 2:10 p.m. And we will put out the request for proposals and advertise that August 29th and September 5th and on the county website.
So, so explain this to me a little bit, because we've been in the Middlefield Senior Center for a long, that's a great spot there.
Yes, it is.
And you're saying we have to go out, explain this to me a little bit, why we have to do this.
I was advised that we are required to do a request for proposal because doing the lease year after year after year, it is adding up to an amount that meets a bid threshold. So, or will exceed the bid threshold, and that is why we have to do a request for a proposal.
So leasing, potentially, that other spaces may be available to look
That is
at?
correct. We have to put out a request for proposal in the Middlefield area. We know that Middlefield is one of our top locations to provide senior services.
Yeah.
It's a great hub for our home delivered meal base, so we will be putting a request for proposal. We did put specs together with the minimum square footage we're looking for, the need to have a commercial kitchen space that's licensed, parking spaces that we desire, Middlefield or Middlefield Village, and we are putting out those specifications for that area.
Okay. Laura, is that typical that, so could we go out to bid for an extended lease instead of having to do this every year?
We are looking for a 5-year.
Okay.
And that way it pretty much puts everybody on a level playing field.
Gotcha.
And the Bainbridge facility can obviously still submit a proposal, but other entities or locations can as well, and the board can, be
I
fully
see.
informed in making its
Okay,
decision.
that makes sense, okay.
And to follow suit number 12, we are doing the same for our Bainbridge Senior Center. We have been there since 2019, and we are doing a request for proposal for our Bainbridge Senior Center for the Bainbridge area as well.
Okay, very good. And so you can also, so our bid requirements, can you put in there certain things that,
Yes.
yeah, like as
So
far
we
as
have-
square footage and
Yes, so,
kitchen?
yes, so we put together a sheet with the minimum square foot requirements, bathroom requirements, ability to have a licensed commercial kitchens. All of my kitchens are licensed commercial kitchens, or ability to fit our equipment in their kitchens, minimum parking spaces available, the desired location that we would like to have it.
Okay.
Because our senior centers are strategically placed
Yep.
based upon also our meal routes. Not only do we have recreation and activities, but it is important that we have a desirable location for drivers to pick up meals at that location and serve the surrounding individuals who are homebound.
Okay, very good.
So we'll be seeking a 5-year agreement in the Bainbridge area?
Yes, we are looking
as
for a
well.
5-year agreement at both places.
Great, okay. Great, okay, I'll make a motion, 11, and 12.
Second?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Number 13, we're looking to rescind the motion from July 30th to hire Stephanie Humbert to the position of full-time recreation and education assistant effective August 19th at the rate of $16.84 per hour with a 1-year probationary period, as she was unable to accept the position.
Okay, so moved.
Second?
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
And lastly, we are asking the board to increase the current posting for the position of full-time recreation and education assistants from 1 to 2 positions.
Okay, so moved.
Second?
Commissioner Warren?
All right.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Thank you very much for
All
all of
right.
those
No, that's
motions.
good.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Jessica.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Good.
I've got 15, 16, and 17. And then Chuck's gonna tag me out the rest of them. So, number 14, the maintenance department has requested the board approve and execute the service agreement with Gene Tasek and Son Fire Equipment Company to provide maintenance and inspections to fire extinguishers at various county locations for a 4-year period, effective August 20th, and an amount not to exceed $40,000. And that's split between the county and the sheriff's station, so $30,000 and $10,000 respectively.
Okay, great. So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
16, the maintenance department is requesting the board approve and execute the service agreement with Geauga Door Sales and Service Incorporated to provide inspections and maintenance of garage doors at various county locations for a 3-year period, effective August 20th, in an amount not to exceed $18,000. And again, that's split $9,000 for county locations, $9,000 for the safety center.
Great. So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
All right, and number Number 17, we're requesting the board accept the performance bond from Air Force One Incorporated for the HVAC maintenance and on-call services for the Geauga County 2024 through 2027 county office building HVAC maintenance project in the amount of $109,211, and further release the bid bond.
Okay, and you're happy with the performance, everything's good to go?
Yeah, so far so good.
Good, okay, so moved?
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
Good morning, how are you?
Good.
How are you? Good.
All right, 18 and 19 involve the Safety Center parking lot and repaving it. We were seeking a design firm to do the design and contract administration for that. We advertised for that on July 11th, closed on the 1st. We received 5 responses. So number 18 is requesting the board approve the following design firm rankings in compliance with ORC 153.69A. The rankings would be number 1, CT Consultants, number 2, RE Warner and Associates, number 3, MS Consultants, number 4, Dynatech, and number 5, Always Construction.
Okay, great, so moved?
So the ranking 1 is they were the most qualified?
Correct.
Okay. The second motion?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then item 19 is selecting CT Consultants, since they were the top ranked one, as the most qualified firm, and then also authorizing contract negotiations to begin with CT Consultants for that per ORC 153.69.
Great. Okay, I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Rea?
Yes.
Thank you. And then the last one is for the replacement of the barn roof, the maintenance barn roof at 13211 Aquila Road. We did advertise for those on July 11th as well too, for a professional design firm, statements of interest and qualifications. We did not receive any responses by the August 1st deadline. So we are asking the board to grant permission to re-advertise for statements of interest and qualifications for the professional design services for the barn roof replacement. And it will be posted in the local newspaper August 22nd, August 29th, and September 5th for 3 consecutive weeks. And then also on the county website.
So, let me ask you, so professional design services to replace the roof, what does that entail? I mean, can't you just go out and pay directly to roofing companies to replace the roof?
Well, it's over 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The roof is slate, and it's a gable roof. And
Okay.
so it's going to take some engineering
I got you.
to determine whether the building is still sound, whether it needs some structural support, whether the roof
So
is
it's more
joisted.
than just put a new roof on?
Right.
Gotcha.
And then we also want to look at, are there some environmentals that we can be adding to it, like insulation and so forth, that will make the next roof last longer and so forth.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. But it sounds though you've had some issue finding somebody that, some interest in bidding on that?
Yes, we did not receive any responses. I did get a call from a firm after it closed that were interested, and they just didn't have the time to really look into it. It's a little more complex since it's such an old barn.
Yeah.
And I think we just need to advertise a little bit longer, and hopefully we will.
Yeah.
garner the
Is
interest.
it like a niche business, that consultant, or, like, would somebody like CT Consultants, or the group that you just listed, would they be interested?
One of those firms did call me after
Yeah.
the fact and was interested, they just didn't have the time to respond.
Okay.
This is the peak of the construction
Right.
time. and
Exactly.
Even if the bids come in at October, November, December, it'd be first thing in the spring to
Correct.
get that roof taken care of.
Right, we're not gonna be able to do any construction this year, so
No.
it'll be just getting the design ready.
Getting ready to go.
Right,
And
exactly.
that would be this, I was gonna ask that exact question for the parking lot for,
Exactly,
it's
so
the same thing.
the same thing for the parking lot, it's just getting the design done.
Yeah.
It'll take about through the end of November to get the design finalized and back to the board for approval, and then we'll probably go out to bid early in the year for some, probably we're targeting an April 1st construction start, depending on the weather. The weather will be the factor.
Okay.
That way, it's, when the bids come in, it's apples for apples. It's like parking lot which one gets the full depth repair, and
Yeah.
such, and that's such,
Drainage
painted out.
repair.
This is what it is, core samples, everything.
So it's not, we're not just coming in and throwing asphalt over the top?
No, in fact, the scope of work is to do a full inspection of the drainage system, including a scoping of the pipes to ensure that the storm is damaged.
So this will be very detailed plan. Yeah.
Right.
Very
We
good.
want to make sure that all the subbase and everything is corrected and sound before we put new, because that's where we spend a lot of money.
Yep, no, it's
So we
great.
want to make sure we have a sound base.
Good thinking. No, that's good. Okay, appreciate that. All right, I'll make a motion on agenda item number 20.
Second? Yes.
Great.
Thank
That's
you.
great, appreciate that.
Good morning, Glenn.
Hello.
21, 22, 23, we're seeing problems with the senior trades mechanic wording. I guess with engine out there in the computer world, it's like showing up as a car mechanic. So we want to get that wording changed to a senior maintenance technician. I've done some research on it and going out and looking and talking to people. This is the best thing we want to do.
Okay.
So, 21 is just to revise the job description, 22 is to include it in the org chart, and then 23 is, we have two people, Ken and
Connor.
that are, get their titles changed.
Okay, excellent. I'll make a motion for agenda items 21, 22, and 23.
Second?
Commissioner Warren?
Yes?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Very
You
good.
all have a good
Yep,
day.
appreciate that. Nick?
Good morning.
Good morning, buddy.
The item on the agenda today is requesting the board approve and execute a contract maintenance form increase with Emery Electric Incorporated. It's an increase of $18,000 to make the current contract $48,000. We had to add some additional due this morning, so we had to call them in, so I still want to have reserves going forward.
Okay, sounds good.
Are we turning this into the insurance?
We will be submitting it to Corsa.
Good.
Great. Okay, so move.
Second?
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Thank you.
Great.
Item number 25 is payment number 11 for the courthouse project in the amount of $987,036.15.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
And then,
Item 26.
okay, the prosecutor's office requesting the board move into executive session for the purpose of discussing imminent litigation. And it'd be Laura,
And Jim.
Jim? Yeah.
And I think he's coming from budget hearings or something.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. And, well, we could, you want to get started, or you want? Okay.
All right, so I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes. 10:21. Are we getting on the gossip?
Yeah, right.
Should work session with you?
Yes, I've changed. Yes.
Oh, hello.
While we're out of executive session, we need a motion to get back.
Don't need a motion to get back, but we do need a motion to
Take action.
take action.
Okay.
How would that motion be, Jerry?
It'll just be that the commissioner's office requests the board approve extending the date for the removal, for the extrication from the juvenile detention center.
Withdrawal.
Withdrawal.
Withdrawal, thank you.
Can't hear you.
Okay,
Please, a little louder.
yeah. I'll make the motion to approve the withdrawal from the joint detention center with Portage County and Geauga County to September 5th. Are we gonna go with the 5th?
I believe that was the date that was provided.
Okay, September 5th.
Okay, second the motion?
Okay, and, Mr. Lennon?
Yes.
All right.
Great.
What about me?
Okay.
And Mr. Dvorak?
Oh,
Yep.
Mr. Dvorak, Commissioner Dvorak.
You know, I may think about that. Yes.
Yeah, you just made the motion.
Okay.
And I got,
Yeah, motion passes.
I have to get back into it now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
Do you have anything else, Jerry?
Just as a clarification, we did get in touch with the Fair Board and anybody who's coming to the session at the fair next Thursday. They just need to tell the gate, whoever at the gate, that they're there for the session and they'll be let in for free.
So, you can go right in, no charge.
There's no charge for it.
Yeah.
That only works on Thursday.
Yeah.
You don't
Can't do it on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
You don't get hit by a car going in.
Yeah, that's it.
Traffic over there is terrible. They need to get somebody up there, put the signs up like doing downtown Burton. Otherwise, somebody's gonna get hit because there's no service there at all. You go into the main gate, not even painted white lines.
Short memory.
Yeah. Okay, any public comment, any questions?
Yeah, Diane Jones, I was just talking to Laura, and I'm just curious, this would be the second extension that would be made with the Portage County Juvenile Detention Center. Is that a prearranged arrangement that they are going to comply with the request, or are we still?
It's still in negotiations. Both the prosecutors from Geauga and Portage are just working out the details, so this is just a extension technically, so.
Interim.
Just an interim extension. So they're still working out, the Portage is getting their ducks in a row, and so are we, as a matter of fact, so we have everybody, with the exit, we're all in agreement. Because it is a joint detention center.
There's not much we can say because we're still.
Of course, it's still in negotiation, it's
Yeah.
just, you know.
But the extension is just that, they're still discussing it, the two legal teams.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good news, I hope.
Yeah.
And I'm curious as to whether the reimbursement for the other part, the expected check, has that been received yet? Can you comment on that?
For the carryover?
The 200 and some
So no,
thousand.
that has not been received yet, but that is a separate matter, separate from the.
Okay, also subject to, okay.
Yeah, but we're still working on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So until it's a done deal, it's a.
Stay tuned.
Yep.
Yep, stay tuned is right. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, anybody else? No? Okay, motion to adjourn?
Second?
Commissioner Dvorak?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Where do the little ones go that are bad? They go to Lake